Okay, so in the last part of the tutorial, we finished our meteor. Now in this, we're going to actually select the meteor, go to Effect, go to Stylize, and we're going to make a glow. Now we're going to bring the glow threshold down so that way it covers more of the brighter areas. And then the glow radius, we're going to bring that up. Glow intensity, we can also change that. That way it looks like a fiery ball of, just a fiery ball. What else can I say? That's pretty much what it is. And go ahead and duplicate the meteor. Go to the one under it. Turn off the eye for the one above it. And go to the glow. Change the threshold. Make the intensity bigger. And bring up the glow radius. But we're going to set this one to screen. Then turn the one above it on. Then we have like a nice little glow. You can see the difference it makes. Makes it a little bit more brighter, a little bit more cooler. Helps what we're trying to achieve. So you know. Got a nice traveling meteor across. Alright. Now that we're done with the meteor, we can go ahead and pre-compose it. Layer, pre-compose. I'll just name this meteor. Move all attributes and OK. Now we're going to go to the head and go to the toggle switches modes and select this continuous transformation. That way it matches all the settings that we had in the last one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit of a kind of a matte, an alpha matte, so the meteor travels behind the buildings. So we're going to figure out where it actually hits a building. So it's going to be right here. We're going to create a new solid. This one's going to be a black solid. We'll call this matte. OK it. Alt left bracket. So we set the start position and we'll go through. Actually, we're going to use it for the rest of the thing, so that's actually going to be fine. Now we're going to click the pen tool, turn off the eye for the meteor, go into the building, and just start creating a mask around the edges of the building. Now again, I am at half resolution, so of course the quality is going to be about a little bit less than the actual frame, so you know. Just try and do as best as you can because we are using this as an alpha matte, or an alpha channel, however you want to call it. It is a matte. So, let's bring this down. And that's pretty much our matte. Covers the building. And we can go ahead and hit F and feather it about 5 pixels. And turn off this little button here and we can actually see how much we're feathering. And actually that looks pretty good. Make the feathering about 15 pixels. That way it looks like it's the brightness is overlapping. And set this to alpha matte. Actually alpha inverted. And then the meteor travels behind the buildings. And of course it hits on the side of the frame. But anyway, that's a pretty huge meteor hitting a couple of buildings, so those buildings would be completely destroyed. And even if we want to change the settings of the meteor, we can. So we can close that up. Leave the eye off, because we don't want to see that matte anymore. And now we pretty much have what we want. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make that glow that you saw coming across and the little light castings that you saw from behind the building. So this is going to get a little bit more in depth. Right now, you can sort of see, if it were in real life, you can sort of see the reflection starting about now. So we're going to go ahead and create a new solid. We're going to make this a bright yellow-orange solid. And we'll call this glow. And actually, we'll call this water glow, because it's mostly glowing on the water and some of the buildings. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the eye, and we can go ahead, click this, grab our rulers and take one of the sides, so that way we have a reference of where it's actually starting. So now we have this little line. I can turn this to a ellipse tool, and again, Control Shift, bring up the size, click the eye, feather it, and set the transfer mode to classic color dodge. That way, that area is bright according to its proportions. So instead of just setting it to add, which kind of gives it like a glow, like there's something illuminating, classic color dodge makes it so like there's light cast. That way it looks like a nice little effect. So press MM and click the stopwatch for the mask path starting at this frame. Alt left bracket to start the frame, and move forward in time to when the meteor goes off to the side of the frame, because that is when we're going to take this mask, we're going to bring it over to the side, and we're just going to change some of it so it looks like there's light illuminating. That looks pretty good. And of course, the light is traveling across the frame. If it's too bright, change the opacity, tomato, whatever. And then at the starting, it'll be 0. As it continues to go through the frame, it'll get brighter and brighter until it actually hits, and that will change it to 100. Of course, edit the mask itself to form with the buildings and the actual contours of Meteor. That way it looks like it's brightening where it should and dimming where it should, or where it shouldn't. And for that specific frame right there, we can actually tweak it a little bit more so it goes on that building. And like I said before, it is going to eat up a lot of rendering. So now we have a nice traveling light glow, light reflection. Now this actually worked pretty good for just one. That's what we're going to need. We can go ahead and take this, direct to the left, and we have no guides on that. So we can go ahead and turn that off. And now we just have this nice cool effect of it going through. I actually like how it's pretty bright right here because it just hit that, and there's probably going to be debris falling out, and there's just this nice bright hot spot that's coming out from this. Maybe even extend it a little bit more. Maybe bring this a little bit further down, just to make it look really good. You know, edit it however you want to edit. Tweak it to your likings. Make sure it works the way you want it to work. So that's it for this part of the tutorial. Next one, we're going to be going over how to make the explosions and the light casts in the back of the buildings.